Hey, welcome back to the Off the Script podcast. This time with the three hosts. Jack is our host now.
I'm a host.
You're co-host, effectively. You're on all the time. So you may as well be.
There's a lad with too much time on his hands, blatantly. So
yeah. You're up at like 6 a.m. every day. So
yeah, so I have got plenty of time on my hands.
So.
Six. It's a lion, son.
4, whatever. I know you've got the alarm.
Wait a minute. I don't even get an introduction anymore.
Well, you were eating, Joe.
You can still introduce me.
Fine, and Joe is here as well.
Hello.
So how's it going, guys? We're going good? We all right?
Yeah, all good my end. How are things now that your gyms have opened? Are you both back at you're both at Ultimate now, are you? Or
I'm at Ultimate, and I'll be commuting to various gyms a bit more regularly now.
Yeah, it depends on how many are taking day passes and stuff like that, because some are, but I think it's few and far between, really, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But I think within a few weeks, potentially, that might start to ease. I think a lot of gyms are trying to give back to the members that did stay with them during the quarantine, and rightfully so, really. And what it might also do is encourage people that, I don't want to say it, but if there was another wave or if anything like similar ever happened again, people would remember that and potentially keep their memberships going, So
yeah, for sure.
Why they do what they're doing.
Yeah, it's interesting, like seeing all the different approaches. Obviously, some negative, some positive, but we like seeing how every gym has gone about it, and a lot of the time it's completely different. But I feel like the majority of Birmingham gyms, Ironworks, Ultimate, even Emporium now, have sort of changed to be a bit more open and try and get as many people in as possible, and avoiding the booking system for that reason. Because I think this point,
they might potentially see it as an opportunity to get even more people in, because I think a lot of people have let their physical health go down the drain during this time, so people might even be joining the gym that weren't up there previously.
I agree.
And on a lighter note, the one thing I noticed yesterday was the amount of people who were clearly blasting gear before and have come back looking like absolute fucking screens.
So true.
Scary.
What you might notice now, the people that you thought, they might be on gear, I don't know, but now you can tell because they look like a bag of potatoes. Like, you can call that straight away. But,
yeah, there's a few people who are now has started back at the gym in the past couple of days, and they're quite literally half the person they were before lockdown. And it's really interesting to see like the difference now. That there were some people who before I was like, "Fuck, he's huge," and I'm like, I could probably beat him at a show.
I'll take him.
I'll take him. Like that's now. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, yeah. So, Jack, what is your going back to gym protocol been? Not really changed much, I imagine.
Well, it has slightly. Because obviously previously I was travelling to a number of gyms in South Wales. And I still have the opportunity to do that. However, the ones that I were, the one that I was training at most recently, it had everything I needed, but it's still saying that the last time I trained there, I did break the lat pull down, so it didn't have a lat pull down. So, but it was very basic, incredibly basic. The time slots weren't ideal. I couldn't train. Well, towards the end, I could train when I wanted, but I'd still be fairly rushed. And I didn't really like the fact that I had to be very quiet about my ways, so I'd have to sneak in there. There also wasn't a toilet at the gym, so for someone that's eating 4,500 calories plus a day, that's somewhat problematic. I'm surprised I never faced an issue, but without giving too much information, like most sessions I pop to the toilet once, at least once. But I think because I knew I couldn't go to the toilet, I never need, like, there were times when I was like, oh, we're in trouble here, but it never came to it. So
that's good. Yeah.
So moving forward now, this week, the changes that have happened, I took it upon myself to make the commute to Bristol daily now. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going from Swansea to Bristol. Luckily, at the moment, I'm fortunate enough that my times throughout the day allow me to do that. I'm waiting for schools to go back in 5 weeks' time. Yeah. Because obviously the kids are off for summer holidays now, so work-wise I haven't got that. The only work I've got at the moment now is the online stuff, which I can get done in the evening, no issues. Also, there are a couple of boys my way that are very passionate like myself.
Nice.
So at the moment we've managed to do a car share. So
cool.
there are like 3 of us, potentially 4 of us. So it's not actually that bad on petrol at all, really. It'll see me driving 2, maybe 3 times a week up there. So
that is so much better for you. Yeah, so much better than what you would.
Because, like, realistically, I probably would be doing it anyway. So the fact that other people are willing to do it as well is awesome. Like, I went up Sunday, yesterday, and today. So I've been up 3 days now so far. Cool. So I've got legs push pull in. I loved it. It's you probably know Trojan Fitness.
Yeah.
Big Dan's place.
Yeah, Dan McNabb trains there. There are a couple of other very big lads that train out of there as well. There's a couple of very strong lads as well. I train at like midday, so I don't see that many people in there. It's pretty dead when I go. Like the capacity's 75, I think.
It's quite a lot still.
It's they've said 60, but they've left 15 for like an overdraft kind of thing. When I'm in there, the maximum is in there is like 10. Yeah. So it's pretty good. But it's a class gym. It's like real old school. Drum and bass is blaring for the whole session. Like there's no point in me wearing headphones because it's so loud in there.
You just hear the drum and bass in the background. Yeah.
It is cool. Like, and you know, like a lot of the gyms that I've trained at, I've always felt like the owners and management are sort of watching me all the time, kind of thing.
Right.
I don't help myself a lot of the time, granted, but you know, for example, today, completely different atmosphere. I'm in there. I get to my top set dumbbell press.
Yeah.
I'm sat with them on my knees. It was like 55K on the incline. And I'm getting ready to kick them back. And the owner runs over and he pulls his phone out. And he's like, oh, can I film this? Can I film it? And I was like, yeah, go on. But I bottled it, didn't I? Back and kicked them back. And I had it strength-wise. So I like got it to there, no spot. And I'm like, come back down. I was like,
fuck.
Went for it again. Because when I kick dumbbells back, I don't kick them back and like catch them like there. I kick them to chest. So it's literally like all the way back there.
Yeah.
So when I had the camera on me, I bottled it and I was like,
fuck.
Then he went and then I got the lad that was filming me to spot me. And then I got like 2 out with it. So, but I don't like getting the spot on dumbbell press because I like to count that first rep as a rep. Whereas if I have a spot up on it, I can't count as a rep, can I?
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
Next week, I said to him, when you come over with the camera, I'll get it next week.
Decent.
But he's really like keen for stuff like that. Like if he sees anything cool, going on in the gym, he's over there filming. Like this guy was squatting. It was just below 6 plates. It was like five plates and a 15 aside. And he was squatting that today, and he was straight over there filming it and stuff. So he loves it. So that's quite
good.
Cool. It's cool to be in an atmosphere where the management are as passionate as you, kind of thing. So that was cool.
Yeah, it's rare that you go to a gym and the owners are there and they're as encouraged and encouraging towards.
Yeah, but it's apparent that this gym doesn't give a shit about like making money from the commercialization of the gym. Like, they've got loads of cardio equipment. It's awesome equipment, but if you walked in there as an avid everyday gym goer, you'd shit yourself. Like, there are like massive blokes in there, drum and bass like pumping, like an old school. It's got graffiti all over the walls. You'd be a bit like, nah, I'm all right, and just pop down the road, like, you know.
It's weird what like your expectations are, like what you want from the gym change, because I speak to a lot of my friends now, and a lot of them are now starting the gym or starting back at the gym, obviously, because they just haven't had it locked down, or like they've just realized they need to be physically fit. And they go. I say to them, "Oh yeah, you should come train with me sometime if you want to. Like, I can just take you through a session or something." And they're like, "Absolutely fucking not, no." And they're like, "Because the gym owner's twice the size of me." I'm just like, "It's not that big a deal." Like, but, like for me, like being around those sort of hardcore scenes and hardcore gyms, you're like, "Oh, this is fucking cool." But for a lot of people, yeah, it's a bit like
intimidating, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like to be the big fish, don't they?
Yeah.
They like to be the big fish in a little pot. Like, when I used to work at the 24-hour gym in Swansea Town Centre, the amount of jumped up, like, morons that like were in there walking around like they were the boy, and I was like, yeah, come down my end, son, and you will literally be a nobody. Like, but yeah, like, they wouldn't go to any other gym because they like the fact that they are the big boy. Fish. They're the big boy in a small gym.
That was me for like the first few years.
This goes for like this is like a discussion about the shows you do and stuff like that as well. It's a big discussion on our podcast on a Sunday that you're going to limit your progress and like the lessons you learn by competing in shows that you know you can win. And it's similar to the gym situation. If you're the small fish, you're going to probably limit how much you can grow because you get complacent. You think you're the boy. So I think by moving to a gym where you're not the big boy, like I think AJ's a prime example of this. Yeah. He's training with an IFBB pro. Are you telling me that that's not made him 10 times better? And I guarantee you it has.
I was thinking about this the other day and how, like, when I moved to Birmingham, one of the reasons I wanted to move where I ended up moving was because of the scene, Birmingham versus Sheffield at the time. Like, the only gyms I had access to were the little shitty, well, I say shitty, it was pretty all right, like little gym in my village where I was the big fish because everyone else was over the age of 60. And then like your pure gym where it's just loads of...
Well done, Jermaine. Well done.
Yeah, I know.
You're winning a pose off of the granddad. Well done.
Exactly.
Mr. Universe one day, don't worry.
Yeah, I bet he really told you all the story. Oh, when I was your age.
I could have won the Mr. Olympia potentially over 60s. Yeah, in my 20s. There you go. That's my claim to fame. But yeah, no, it's just like I wanted to move to somewhere where I was actually going to feel kind of challenged in a way. I know like people who say that there isn't a level of ego to what we do. There's absolutely ego.
Yeah.
Like it is just a part of it. Like you see someone in the gym and they squat 6 plates, you're like, fuck, I want to be able to do that.
I'm pretty sure the definition of ego is you pitting yourself against someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty close to what the definition of ego is. Well, of course, that's going to be what do we do? We stand on stage against someone else. So, of course, there's going to be an element of ego to it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I'm thinking now, potentially next year when I move out of, finish uni and move out, I might move back home towards Sheffield, potentially.
The return of the big dog.
I know, yeah. Back to my fucking stomping grounds.
Oh, Big German soul dog.
Yeah. The thing is, I haven't lived in Sheffield that long. When I still lived in Sheffield, Cuba's first gym was still open.
Yeah, was it Iron Athletes, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was on, which street was it? was like opposite like one of the Sheffield University campuses because I was doing a PT qual at the same time, and I'd just go and train there. But like, yeah, like I've not lived there for ages. I kind of want to go back and just get more into like a more hardcore scene and have ultra.
I don't know about you, Jack, because you've had like access to good quality kit throughout the break, but even you,
I don't know about good. Actually, no. For a lot of the time, I did have access to good kit. Actually, it was just the last sort of 7 weeks, maybe.
With you, Jermaine, do you think your first session back?
Yeah.
Did you find it pretty damn easy?
As in, because the machines are so nice and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, to some extent, yes. Yeah, I agree.
I never used any machines like when I did upper body the other day, but it's like I've been pulling off the floor with a certain amount of weight on, and then having to add like 3 kettlebells to the barbell and hang the fucking like 60 kilos worth of weight off with some kettlebells. So I was like, right, let's do some Dorians or something. Yeah. So I was doing them yesterday. It was just flying off. And the same goes for like incline barbell. Like I've always been shit at pressing, but because I've been pressing with absolute crap, like weights, it's just been easy. It's really weird.
That almost links to that there is potential for. Have you ever seen? I can't even remember what the term is. It's basically like unstable training. Yeah. Where
instability leads to
and you've got like oscillating. You've got like oscillating stuff. So like stuff like wobbling on the sides of the bar.
The inertia it creates.
Because the stabilization like that you need to deal with that is massive.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Obviously, if you strengthen those stabilizers, once you move on to something that is more stable, then it will fly. The only thing is, once you go to that stable exercise, if you continue just to rinse that, those stabilizers will weaken again, won't they? So, which is why, obviously, at the start of this lockdown, I changed a lot of my training to like basic, especially my pressing. A lot of my pressing is very basic now, like bars and dumbbells, and I'm making sure that I stick to that now because I feel that it really has worked. So even though I've got access now to loads of pressing machines, like this Trojan's got loads of chest pressing machines and stuff, but I'm making sure like today, dumbbells, barbells, basic. I could have done that at the gym down the road from me, but I just decided to drive 90 minutes to a good atmosphere. So
it's not atmosphere. We've talked about this before. Atmosphere does make a gym. 100%.
Do you think certain, like, not styles of training, but the equipment that you use actually brings, like, if you use a lot of, obviously people now talk about just loading and repetitions and stuff. Do you actually think the exercises that you use, say you use a barbell or dumbbells for a lot of things, do you think it creates a different look?
Yes, I think so.
Because you're not just, it's not just isolating on the muscle, right? You're building, external tissues and tendons and things like that as well.
Well, like there are so many muscles beneath the like sort of
top belly.
So the distal to the outer sort of part of you, like the superficial underneath. That if you do all these barbell, dumbbell, heavy work, loads of this will get strengthened, and so much, like especially in your back, there's so many muscles beneath. But if you did there's so many that if you really hammer away at the stabilizers, there's a potential that could create a completely different look as well. But then again, machines lend themselves nicely to certain styles of training as well, like rest pause and stuff. I did a rest pause on the barbell today, and it was bloody hard. Like racking and re-racking it all the time is hard enough. So machines are nice for that. They're also quite a bit nicer to get like spots on and stuff,
for sure.
So there is a time and a place for sure, but I think I don't like differentiating between like naturals and assisted, but I think there's a little bit more scope for the assisted to go down that route in terms of like their focus on like cellular swelling and more of a pump kind of thing.
What sarcoplasmic?
Yeah, more of that. I think there's definitely more scope for that because you can just lock in and focus directly on that one area. Yeah.
Yeah, and just do tons of metabolic work.
Whereas I think, and it also like if you're going down towards the bro or the pro split, there's more scope for that because you can isolate it a lot more.
Do you think that could also be just an indicator from age? Because you see it like, obviously, typically, a guy who is assisted has hopefully a good amount of years under his belt anyway. And he's already hopefully built the tissue required of him to have like to be able to look at more individual body parts, if that makes sense, and actually focus more on certain areas because he's actually built a ton of the base tissue.
Yeah, that wouldn't really matter whether they're enhanced or not, though. You know, like if they've been training a while, if they've been training a while naturally, they might have built a fantastic physique.
You've built that neurological pathway to connect with the muscle over time. Obviously, probably if you are, using enhancements and things like that, you might have a better, like a more efficient production from that, because you'll get more, muscle protein breakdown and stuff, shit like that. But this isn't a podcast for science and all that. So
we wouldn't have you on otherwise, would we?
Yeah. I love how it's you and Jermaine now, and I'm the other host.
It's swapping, isn't it?
Suck it, Thorburn.
Jack's big evil plan. He's just going to take the podcast from us. He's going to YouTube and Spotify account.
Going to be off the Bash Bros.
Never.
Yeah. So what's the gym you're training at in Bristol?
Trojan.
Oh yeah, Trojan.
Yeah, it is class.
I might come down and train at some point because I've got family who go to university there, and I've got some friends.
Cool. There's a couple of really good gyms in the area. There's one which is like north of Bristol. I don't know if it's classed as Bristol, called the Grow Room. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it.
Oh mate, if you search it, it's outstanding. The kit in there is insane. They got this really funky thing. I'm not sure whether it's at the front of the gym or in the middle of the gym. It's like this statue of a man made out of like some metal, and it looks really cool. But they got so much kit in there, loads of new kit. Then you've also got I think it's Ministry of Fitness.
Okay, yeah.
Ministry of Fitness down. That's a bit further south. That's really, really good. And then there's one called Legends, which is all right. Looks pretty good as well. But
you've actually got quite a nice bunch of gyms then down your end.
It looks a bit like that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Wait. The Grow Room.
Have you found it?
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
Jermaine, you need to put it up on the screen.
Do I? Shall I do? Wait. Right.
Sorry.
Shut up, Jack. Wait.
I'm the guest here. I'm sorry. I can only apologize.
How do you do that?
Oh, don't worry for now.
Belgium, and you used to do it all the time.
What you need to do is have Instagram.
I did it like once, like months ago,
and it worked.
It did work. I forgot.
You need to have Instagram up on a tab ready.
I might do that next time.
But don't worry for now. But anyway, Grow Room. That's if you search that. Trojan. That's where I'm at currently. So it is cool. I got legs again.
We're coming. There you go.
I got legs tomorrow, so we shall see how that goes.
Drive to Brum. We'll all get it.
I'm excited to train legs. I'm training legs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have you trained them yet?
Not in Ultimate, no.
Woo!
So it's going to be a big one. I expect big things because my strength is actually, like we were talking about earlier with the whole stability thing, me doing the wagon wheel dumbbell strapped to barbell deadlifts has actually led to some pretty good results in terms of like strength. Like I pulled 200 for 2. It was messy, but it moved. So I'm pretty pumped to see what I can do now if I just fucking try and max out on some shit.
I know you put the question box up pretty late. So how many questions did you actually get?
Let me have a look.
The question function on Instagram is, for me, it's dead.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know whether other people have it as well. My account has a shadow ban on it.
Why?
Because
I know that's a thing.
Do you know what shadow ban is?
Yeah, I know what it is, but why for you?
I don't know whether it's because I used the same hashtags for like 3 years straight on every single post.
Pop Tart, please sponsor me. Hashtag.
I think that's what it was, because if you were putting out like unoriginal content, Instagram was like frowning on you for it and stuff. So like, I'm not saying I should get loads of likes, but I have 17,500 followers and I get like 300 likes tops on a picture. Well, what the fuck?
Mine varies so much.
But like also, if you go on the insights function on the picture, so I'll use hashtags. How many people on average do you think view my picture from the hashtags?
Probably like 10%.
It used to be hundreds, if not thousands of people would see it from the explore page. It's now like 6 to 10.
Mine's at 9.
Like what?
You're beating
I've been using the same hashtag since probably near enough the start of last year as well.
Yeah, it's what it is. But I tried to like remove the hashtags and then use like different ones, but it didn't do anything anyway. So I don't know.
I'm currently at 5 on the recent post. So there you go.
5 questions or 5?
No, 5. 5 explored from the hashtag. Yeah.
Dead.
Dead.
I know, crazy, isn't it?
And then this girl, the accounts that try and get you to buy their sort of
It's like, hi, follow for follow.
Yeah, but this girl was actually like legit.
Oh.
And it was annoying as well because she was actually fit, but she was like really pissing me off. So no, she was really like, she was smoking. And she was like, she was just saying how like, I've got a shadow ban. This is why you've got it. This is what I can do for you. Like I knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
But I really was tempted to say, it's a shame you're such a prick because you're actually fit. She was offering like obviously for me to pay for her to sort it out, whatever.
But buy my own.
She was basically saying that if an account doesn't show any interaction with yours, so if they don't like any of your stuff, if they don't like view any of your stuff, Instagram will automatically remove them as a follower. So like potentially, it does that. Has someone ever said to you like, oh, I swear I didn't unfollow you, but they have? Like, it happens all the time to me. So Instagram automatically unfollows you off an account if they are inactive with your account.
That's nuts.
And she was like trying to scare me, and she was like, you could lose all of your followers.
This is the end of you, Jack Thorburn.
Gone, podcast gone, everything's gone.
It just starts deleting all your...
Just disappear off the face of the earth. Gone.
Well, I actually got sort of one remark and one question.
Oh, a remark?
Yes. From, G Harris _CP. Is it Garrett? Garrett. Tell Jack he's a traitor. Bash Bros only for life.
Well, I could have just come on here to plug. I've already got one in. I've got another one in just now.
Yeah.
I've just given you one. So.
You might as well just carry on, mate. Just plug all of them now. It saves us time later.
Here's a good one. For each of you, train with 3 pros. Who and why?
Oh.
Oh.
Do we want to name body part or?
No, you've got to think about it tactically. So one of them would have to be the person you most like in bodybuilding or admire, like your bodybuilding favorite. So they might not even be the person that like trains hard or does that.
Yes.
So he would potentially take up 2 slots, because what I was going to go on to then was you have to say another person who was probably the hardest trainer, just so you could see the level of intensity.
That's difficult. I was gonna say Tom Platz for
legs.
Yeah, but he is also arguably one of the hardest training people of all time.
Yeah.
So, shit.
And then I don't know what the 3rd slot would take. Which one it would
Whose
take?
Whose physique you like the best?
Yeah, so it would be potentially physique you like the most, just the person or the bodybuilder you like the most. For any reason, you might just idolize them as a person, whatever. And then the person that trains probably the hardest.
Okay.
Those would probably be the 3.
Yeah, that's a shout.
Can we have a thing come back to it at the end?
Or potentially the person with the most followers, because then you can snap a picture of them, put them on their Instagram, and then your Instagram blows up.
Genius.
George Osborne, I'm coming for you.
Brandon
Jack is trying to just give us all the secrets. This is like a mentoring
think I could train
episode.
with him. He wouldn't upload the video. It'd be like, we'd be doing legs, and I'd just put an extra plate on one side and just make him collapse.
Jesus.
But if we're going to name names, Phil Heath's in my list.
Okay.
That's valid.
It has to be, because he takes up my favourite bodybuilder, like,
I've seen him train in person. I've seen how he acts around people while training, and it's fucking cool. It's really like I would love that as well. That'd be a really cool one.
I've been to a couple of his seminars as well, and he went to Emporium, didn't he?
He's been to Ultimate. He's been to
not Emporium, Ultimate. I meant he's
been to what's the one that Jack trains at?
Ironworks.
Strength Asylum.
Yeah,
Strength Asylum. Yeah, that video is so cool.
What of him?
Of Jack posing to him.
I got to do it as well, but there's the video shit. It was taken. It's literally me hitting poses in the gym. He stood like there, like just off to my right.
What you're really trying to say was you filmed it with shit quality, like one of those Loch Ness Monster videos.
I'll try and find it and put on Instagram.
It didn't actually happen.
Just to prove it happened, I'll find the video. AJ all the way from Norway.
Yep.
Yeah.
He filmed me. He filmed me hitting poses and then put it on his.
He quite likes you, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I'm sure I've heard him bring up your name.
You're his prodigal son.
Yeah, I'm his like adoptive bodybuilding child. I think.
He's all right. He messages me every now and then.
Yeah, he's sound. He's just been very nice to me. Like occasionally I'll message him, or he'll message me about something, and like he's just very responsive. He's a super cool guy, and they wished me happy birthday on their show. Like I think it was last year when I was in prep.
I'm sure that's when I remember that. I'm sure I remember that. That's why I said.
That's Jermaine's claim to fame.
That was on MD Muscle.
Anyway, yeah. So Phil will be on there. But then hardest trainer and stuff like that. I don't know who I'd trip. Yeah, Dorian in his heyday would be very cool to train with.
Can you imagine?
Like obviously everyone says they would be insane, but I've heard from like pros themselves talk about it, and they said it was absolutely ridiculous.
The thing is though, like when you've got pros like Kevin, Flex, and all these old school pros who were seen off like by many people as the greatest of all time, and they're saying they were like scared in their head, like visualizing this guy training in a dungeon in England. Like that says a lot, right? When you've got the pros as well who are like, fuck me, what's he doing there? Like that says a lot. So I think he's definitely on the list for me.
I might be inclined from a country and national pride perspective to say Flex Lewis as well.
It's a good one.
Quite cool to get a session with him over in the Dragon's Lair. But like without being fun, like I could potentially sort that out, because his gym back home is my gym back home. He trains when he comes back at Christmas. He trains in my gym all the time.
Yeah, shut it up, make it work.
He does keep himself to himself, and I make sure I never, when we're in the gym, I never speak to him because I know it would piss me off, and I know it would piss him off.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, so I don't say anything to him.
Yeah.
But I just let others do it, however, this was very cool, and I like when it happened, I was like on the inside smiling loads. Last Christmas, he was walking past, and I sat on a shoulder press, and I was like, "Oh, I really want to say something. And he looked over, and he like caught me, and he was like, "Oh, all right, but how's it going?" And he started chatting to me because he remembered, because like I chat to him all the time after the session and stuff. Also, over in Germany when we went for FIBO, I queued up to see him. He was the only person I went to see, and I said, like, isn't it strange how we're all the way over in Germany and I'm chatting to someone who trains at the same gym as me? And he was like, "Oh, kicks, is it?"
It's just like when I met Ryan Terry in New York at Power.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was like really fucking weird because it was like, I was like, "You doing here?" And he looked at me, he was like, "Is that a British accent?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like a really weird moment. So I can relate to that. That
would be very cool if you managed to get a session in with Flex. That would be class. So
what about you, Jermaine?
3. I think mine's still gonna be for hardest training. I'm gonna say Tom Platz. For me personally. For my, I guess, most admired physique. Yeah, I really want to train with Arash, to be honest. Fuck off. I like his physique, and I've seen...
He trains hard, mind.
Yeah, he does. He's slow.
I'm only pulling your leg.
Huh?
Only pulling your leg.
But like, Jermaine, I'm not being funny, mate. You can train with anyone in the world, and you choose Arash for a bar.
We're making... well, I don't know. It's just one of those guys who I've watched for a very long time, since I was maybe 16.
So it's more the nostalgic value of the fact.
It's got that as well, for sure. And then for what was the last one? What was our last thing?
Most admired physique.
Most admired? Like most looked up to?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Most.
Oh no! Yeah, was it? I don't know. Was he the favourite?
The trainer, the bodybuilder, just in general that you like the most, and then the physique you like the most.
So mine would be in general that I like. I want to say, like, it's not like massively out there, and you might be like, oh well, fuck, you could choose anyone else. I want to say Hollingshead at the moment for me.
Yeah, he did come up in my thought process.
Because he's, but honestly, at the moment, he is the best of British, and the improvements he's been making with Patrick is just nuts and nutty. And I want to experience that and see what that's actually like firsthand. Like, that would be like that session.
Along with Hollingshead, with all respect, I think you could potentially argue maybe like a Luke Sandow as well.
Are we doing like post?
Well, and if we just to say,
for sure,
like getting in like a back session with him would be pretty mental.
In that case, I'm saying Ziz, mate. Let's fucking go.
Oh, brah.
Fucking sick.
Would you believe that he was, when I was like 15?
Yeah.
He was like,
yeah, bro.
I watched his stuff all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the same boat there.
I put a picture up. Years ago. I like reposted it the other day. Of me standing on a cliff doing that.
I've got one as well on my
mate,
first
I thought
Instagram
I was a boy when I did that.
Fuck yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no. Like I was I think I found him, and then like 4 months after I found him, he died. It was like, that was how immediate it was for me. Like I got obsessed with him for about 4 months while starting like to get in my head that I was like, I'm going to start training and stuff like that when I was 15. And then like as soon as I like started going into the gym, he died. I was like, oh, fuck.
We're all gonna make it, bruh.
And then it was like,
we're gonna make it. We're all these sick cunts, bruh.
And then like in my head,
don't let nobody tell you can't do it, man.
Fucking moron, bruh.
You fucking moron, bro. Yeah, no, it was like, and then after that, I had a weird cringe thing in my head where I was like, there's some zizz inside of me. I'm going to do this.
Oh, there's some what inside of you? Some jizz?
Some zizz. There's a little bit of zizz in all of us.
I hope not.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, no, that was, can you imagine what that session would look like? Completely unstructured.
Oh, man.
Fucking batshit.
It'd be like 1,000 sets of flies and one posing session. That's it. Finished.
Yeah. He'd be doing some like cleans and stuff in the gym with like the fucking 40 kg barbells or something. Some weird shit.
Anyway, who would I train with? Probably Dorian, Justin Compton, and either Mike Francois or Tom Platz.
Mike Francois
will be a beast, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We've got some solid choices here, gents.
John Meadows in his heyday would be quite cool to train with.
I just like to sit down and talk with John, to be fair.
Yeah, same.
He's so cool, mate. I went to his, obviously, he did a seminar with Eugene Teo in Manchester, and I went to it. Because he just acts like an everyday person. He just acts like he's just a normal person, and he just will chat away with you, and he'd be so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Did you get any questions, Jack?
No, I just reshared yours.
Same.
I was
same
lazy.
Lazy.
We were both lazy, Jack. Jack, what is there anyone who's like the most like down to earth like person you've met in bodybuilding, like just like at an expo or wherever? Like
mine's at an expo.
Yeah.
Probably Ron Partler.
I was going to say Dusty Hanshaw. So they are
it's the same person, really.
They were both together actually at
2018 Body Power.
Body Power 18, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I just walked up to them. There was no queue.
Yeah.
I just walked up to them and started chatting, and we were just.
Banji was there as well.
Yeah, Banji was there. Yeah. And we were literally just talking like nothing. But I met him at old CSN. I mean, did you ever see the old Cardiff Sports Nutrition?
No.
Oh my God, it was an absolute hole, mate.
Really? Is that
tiny, absolutely tiny. It was like the same size as my room in here.
Yeah.
And this like Dusty was in there when he was back when he was working with iForce Nutrition, and he was just sat there, just like chatting to everyone. That was cool.
That is cool.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Mate, people bash Phil, right?
I personally love Phil.
Everyone says Phil's an asshole. I met him at Body Power 2013. He was awesome to me then. Like, and he'd already won, 2 Olympias by then?
Yeah.
3? 2?
Yeah.
And like, he was awesome. Like, chatting to me and everything, signing stuff.
When did Generation 9 come out? Because that's when he got demonized like fuck.
When?
14.
Was it Generation 9 1? The first one. That's when he kind of
14.
That was 14. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like just before then.
Yeah, he got screwed on that. Like.
Yeah.
Oh, and another person I'd probably like to train with, probably Marcus Rule.
Oh.
I was thinking Marcus Rule.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It would be the language barrier. Would be.
Fuck it. He'd just go, put my weight on.
More.
Angry as fuck German.
Yes. And cigarette. Yes. If you guys see that video, and he's just finished his session, he just goes about 4 packs of Marlboro. It's brilliant.
He's in the fucking shopping, like doing his shopping in the cut-off, and he's like the size of the aisle.
Yeah.
There's just all these women like, what the fuck is that? Walking down the aisle, fuck's sake.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah. Fucking
yeah, man, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Flex Lewis, awesome. Probably one of the most down to earth.
Yeah.
Like, he's awesome. But people don't see that because he doesn't do any like podcasts or any sort of media stuff.
Shame.
And everyone perceives that to be him being like not down to earth, but it's not. Like, he doesn't like doing any of that stuff.
He's just very, I guess, not behind the scenesy, but like he likes to. He has like a set image of in the public eye that he's sort of trying to maintain.
Yeah, exactly. If you put him on a podcast, he's a tip. Like he's from not that far from me, right? He's from Flashley. They wouldn't hold back in like what he said. Like, I bet his language would be appalling. Like, but that's not who he is. He's the face of so many companies.
Yeah.
You know, the bloke's sponsored by Monster. Monster.
Yeah.
Like,
big deal, big fucking deal.
He gets invited on the BBC Wales have him pass him on.
Yeah.
You know, like, no bodybuilders never get on the news, and this guy's on BBC with his top off, talking about how he's ate all the custard creams over, like, it's class. So
it was a custard slice.
Yeah, I've been eating all my mum's custard slices.
Oh, man.
He's like, I'm not looking too great at the moment. I've been eating all the custard slices. He takes his top off. He's still shredded. Like,
there's fucking Piers Morgan there. Like,
he takes his top off, and they are all like that.
Everyone does the same face when they see a bodybuilder for the first time. It's great.
Yeah, so he's got. I think that's the main reason for him. He's got to be really careful.
Because I remember this is like a perfect example of that. I went and saw him. It might have been 2018 Body Power, where he had his own booth, and me and my friends queued to see him. We got to end the queue, and then one of my mates, he asked him, he was like, "How do I like develop forearms and get forearms like you?" And he was like, because they had a camera crew, he was like, "Can you just turn off the camera 1 second?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Just bank more, mate." I was like, okay, now I get it. Now I see, like, kind of.
His forearms are a joke.
They're fucking
like when I have pictures with him, it's a joke. Like, you look and you're like, what?
It's upsetting. Yeah, it is.
Is this with Angry Mills?
No.
I don't even. I think it is still a company.
Yeah,
but I don't hear about it much.
Yeah.
I had another guy then, and it's gone. We had him on the podcast. Plug. Guy Sistanino is a very cool guy.
I bet. Yeah.
Because the thing is with him, he's at a stage in his career now where he does not give a shit.
He doesn't give a flying fuck.
Like, he doesn't care.
I like
just
watching
says
podcasts
what he wants.
Yeah,
he's fun. Like, he's really funny. I can't remember. Well, I don't know, actually, because when he talks about himself, he says how much of an arsehole he is. But what Fuad's doing with his podcast, that's incredible. So he seems really cool. But I've got a feeling that he, maybe not now, but in his day, you can see him being an arrogant bloke. Like, wouldn't.
Well, he like talks about it, right? That he was just like, he was very much the bodybuilder. Like,
yeah.
It's like the guy in the gym was just there, like, look.
Yeah.
I'm better than everyone, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's not fair enough. Like, you know, it's just how it is. Yeah.
Whatever.
I wouldn't like to train with Fuad. I'd like to sit down and have a business talk with him. Because he's got it seems like he's got so much experience in terms of like the inside of the industry and seeing how it works. And like, even his wife is like, wasn't she like involved in like these and stuff? Like, so like the amount of like knowledge he must have on like topics like that is
good shit.
Yeah, good shit.
Was there any other questions? Because that was quite a good one, actually. That's
a
lot of conversation.
I didn't get any.
I've not got any. I just reposted.
Because we left it so late, but
we did leave it.
Yeah, talking about leaving it late, who suddenly pulled out last minute that you dragged me on then?
No one, actually.
No?
No. We've arranged, well, the listeners can have an insight. We've arranged a lot. Like, our next 3 weeks are pretty stacked.
So you thought you'd get the shit out of the way first, like?
No, it's like me and Jermaine. We was going to do one by ourselves, but then we thought, you know what? Let's get the
Thorb on. Yeah.
Permanent Thorbs on.
What do you two do by yourself? Just like rinse each other?
No, we just talk random shit for about 40 minutes.
It's only when someone else is on that we end up having like little jabs, you know. That's sort of how it turns out. Yeah, no. It's we've got like a few people planned coming up that Joe's set us up with quite nicely, and we've got a little bit of a schedule planned for the next couple of weeks, which hopefully, fingers crossed, will go as planned. Who we got on next, Joe? Do we want to spill the beans?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, spicy.
It is spicy. That
spicy
is exciting.
beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a decent couple of people lined up now. We're very fortunate that we've like some of the people we have within the sort of the co-hosts. They have a lot of contacts, kind of thing. So
that's perfect.
You know, Big Mouth McNabb knows everyone.
Yeah.
Johnny Reed knows a lot of people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got Ryan Crowley, who's out in the States at the moment, so we got a bit of a link out there with a few. So, for example, we might get Lunsford on, which would be quite cool. The only problem is with all these Yanks, like they really don't get.
They don't get
humour,
especially the McNabb sense of humour. They really don't get it. Like Guy Sistanino's a really funny guy.
Yeah.
But like McNabb would chirp in with stuff, and he'd be like, "What? What did you say? What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about? I'm gonna smash your fucking brains in with a baseball bat." You know, it's fucking crazy. But do you want to wrap this one up, Jermaine?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for listening to Off the Script yet again for another installment. Jack, as always, would you like to plug yourself?
Oof. Leave it there, is it? Just leave it there, is it? I should have written like Jack_Thorburn on there.
But for people who are listening, Jack is just hitting bicep shots. Just so
you're now doing audio description.
Yeah.
For the listeners, Jack now performs a front double bicep.
I feel bad if anything happens.
Showing his Instagram handle on the inside.
I always feel bad for people who are like audio listeners, and there's a point in the show where we just start laughing, and they're like, "What are they fucking laughing at?" So I always feel like I have to say what the situation.
The audio, to be fair though, the audio always does better than the video.
I mean, yeah,
because you two are ugly bastards.
True. I have noticed that the viewership goes down a lot when you're on Jack though, so you know.
Yeah, because they're all male, so they're not interested.
No. 11% female demographic.
Thank you very much. That's not bad, you know. That's not.
Yeah, my Instagram is 14% female. Ooh, that's 14. Awful.
That's it could be better.
Do you know what I got a problem with as well, right? We're not wrapping this up yet because I got to get something out there. Right?
Okay.
Right. It's inappropriate for me to say to a girl like, "Oh, I'd love to touch those legs. I'd love to touch those legs.
We're tiptoeing the line.
I'd love to bite them." But so, like, I've got nothing against homosexuals, okay? Nothing.
Yeah.
But why is it appropriate for you to then message me saying, "Oh, I'd love to bite those legs"? Like, that's sexual harassment, mate. Fuck off. Like, I don't get it. Why, because it's gay, is it suddenly appropriate? It's like, no, you wouldn't say that to a girl. But saying that, some of them might do though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
fuck's sake.
I haven't got. Like, obviously, I lose my head at a lot of things, but at that stuff, I just laugh and I think, I respond to everyone on Instagram, so I have to at least respond to it. I'm just like, how do I respond to this? And I'm just like,
I just post it on my story. You
remember when you had that posing trunk inquiry, Jermaine?
Yeah, I've had people offer me money for posing trunks, for my purple trunks.
Oh yeah, my sister, her former housemate in uni, she lives quite close to him now. He now sells pictures of his feet for like hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Fair play.
Pictures of his feet for hundreds of pounds.
With the sole buyer being James Hollington.
If my morals were at all compromised, I would. You know, that's easy money. That's such easy money. I've got disgusting feet. I don't know why you'd want to see them.
If the teaching wasn't a career path,
exactly,
I wouldn't really be asked.
If it wasn't teaching for you, what would you try and venture into?
I don't know, mate.
Porn or?
OnlyFans?
I haven't got the length.
You've got the quads, though.
Well, I've got the power. I just ain't got the length. So I know that.
The hip drive is there. The hip hinge.
I'm back. I've got access to the Nautilus glute drive now at Trojan, so look out. The audio will get that, so we're all right.
Jack Thorburn, the jackhammer.
Oh God!
Let's
Jack the Hammer Thorburn. There you go.
If only.
Jack 3D Thorburn.
Yeah. Should we wrap this up? Fuck
3 inch D.
The conversation's just gone so down the hill. Right. Right, Jack, plug yourself. Finish on the plug.
I believe it's Jack_Thorburn. I'll have to double check because I don't really know. Jack_Thorburn on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thorburn. So Thor, Thor. Burn, as in to burn something. Not Thornbury, not Thornburn, not. The other day, I was on a Zoom call and my name's on the screen, and they were called. It might have even been Bastic actually. He butchers it all the time. He was like Jack Thornburn. I was like, "There's no end, mate. No end." Anyway.
Thank you all for listening to Off the Script podcast with myself, Joe, and Jack Thorburn. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Bye.